Tonight from Fenway, the Red Sox are back home for the week. This evening, it's the Detroit Tigers in for 3 as the Sox continue to roll. Now a Major League best 41-19. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us tonight at Fenway. I'm Dave O'Brien. Delighted to be joined by the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Jemai Webster joins us in just a little bit. And Eck, the Red Sox are coming off a couple of very impressive victories in Houston after losing the first 2 games of that series, bouncing back in a big way. And now tonight, it's Stephen Wright, his first start of the year.
Well, he deserves it. He's been chomping the bit out there trying to get this start. The last 9 innings, he gave up nothing in the bullpen. And we know what he can do. A couple years ago, he was an all-star pitcher. Look at the numbers. Won 13 games. And then it ended kind of abruptly when that base running escapade in Los Angeles. And then last year he didn't start off very well. You knew something was wrong. Something was wrong with his knee. He lost the whole year to that. But he's come back and he's worked his way back to get this opportunity to start. And what it shows you is that the Red Sox have him, as kind of like the leverage for them going forward. They just have depth that they need desperately because you never know when somebody goes down. In fact, Drew Pomerantz going down right now. You just never know, and that's good insurance policy.
Right, a very valuable guy, really pitching incredibly well out of the bullpen, and now with Pomerantz on the DL, who knows how long he's going to be in that rotation. We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. Alex Cora before the game getting in front of the assembled press to talk about the Pomerantz injury, and Jemai will have more details on that too. Red Sox and the Tigers on the way in just a bit. By Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Exciting games, tasty dining, great live shows. Enjoy it all at Plain Ridge Park Casino. By your local New England Ford dealers. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Red Sox and the Tigers about to have added game 1 of 3. And time now for our Xfinity X1 report. Let's go to Jemai Webster.
Thank you very much, Dave. We're here in the Xfinity Zone where Red Sox manager Alex Cora broke some news to us during his pregame press availability. He announced that lefty Drew Pomerantz will be placed on the 10-day disabled list retroactive to Saturday with left biceps tendinitis. Relief pitcher Brandon Workman has been called up from AAA Pawtucket. He's currently on his way up to join the big league club. Here's Cora now with more on what Pomerantz is battling.
Drew is going into DL, bicep tendinitis. He, coming out of the Houston start, it was kind of like hard for him to kind of like bounce back. So, we decided to put him on DL. Work will be here. He's on his way here. That's why it took forever to come here. And we'll go from there.
Pomerantz has made 8 starts for the Red Sox in 2018. He's 1-3 with a 6.81 earned run average. Tonight, though, it's on the knuckleballer Stephen Wright making his first Major League start since April 29th in 2017. First pitch flies in just a few moments. Dave O'Brien and the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley on the call when we come back.
Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust. Kenyon Grills, the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. By Citizens Bank. Visit citizensbank.com. By the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Well, it's been a funky sort of a weather day. Lots of rain, and it cleared out about 3 hours ago. They took the tarp off the diamond. And then more clouds have moved in over the last 45 minutes or so. So we're hoping everything's going to be all right. Red Sox taking on the Tigers. Here's the Detroit lineup here for game one. Leonis Martinez in center field. Nick Castellanos, the right fielder. Miguel Cabrera, recently off an injury, he's at first base. Victor Martinez, the DH. Jamer Candelario is at third base. James McCann doing the catching. Jacoby Jones, a talented left fielder, bats out of the seventh spot. You remember Iglesias at short. And Machado at second base, the number 9 hitter. Up against the Red Sox starting pitcher, presented by your New England Audi dealers at Stephen Wright, 1-0 out of the bullpen, starting tonight for the first time.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox are 7th in the American League, 30 errors in 60 games around the infield. Devers at third, Bogaerts at short, Nunez at second, and Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield, a hot Benintendi in left, Bradley Jr. in center. Brock Holt taking place of Mookie Betts once again. Behind the plate, Vasquez catching Stephen Wright.
The umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. John Tumpain has the plate. Mike DeMuro at first base. Jeremy Rehack at second, and Mark Wegner makes the decisions at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compar2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. And the weather is mentioned. It's been in and out today. Right now it is very dry at the ballpark. Temperature at 59 degrees and mostly cloudy skies. And the hope is the rain will hold off this evening. As Stephen Wright takes to the mound, Alex Cora calls it a spot start for the 2016 All-Star, who has been so effective out of the bullpen. Alex said that we're going to push everybody back. He said, I feel this is the time of year to do it with the traveling, the day games. It makes sense to give him the start. He said, I also think that pushing everybody back is a good move in the long run, a smart play.
I mean, he's done that all year with his players. He said what he's going to do, give a guy a day off, you give him a day off. This is perfect for the rotation. It really is. You got to be concerned. They're concerned out of spring training. Why not be concerned now?
Martin about to step in, hitting .258, 7 homers. He's driven in 20. And Wright ready for the first knuckleball. Drops it in there for strike one, run away. Castellanos on deck. Tigers have played pretty well lately.
Surprisingly. I mean, everybody talks about, oh, they're rebuilding. Yeah, they're rebuilding. They're just in the right division is what it is.
Yes, the weak American League Central, and the White Sox will follow the Tigers in this series here at Fenway. Right now they're 29-32. They've won 9 out of their last 13 games. Ron Gardenhire, longtime Minnesota Twins skipper, now the Tigers manager. He's made an immediate impact. They're a better base running team. They're a better defensive team with him now.
And his team's played 9 innings. He was always known for that in Minnesota. That team just never gave up. That was sort of what they played by. That was their motto, sort of. But he can't get enough of this game. He's been around a long time.
That's going to be ball 4 off the mid of Vasquez, so Martin will take his base. And that'll bring up Castellanos, who's having a very solid year, hitting .333. Now, Tigers following up a doubleheader split yesterday with the Yankees. That was a makeup day. The Yankees have moved on to face Toronto tonight. Sox with a 1-game lead on New York. Very much a 2-horse race in the American League East. This guy, a very hot hitter. His last 15 games, he's batting .391.
Boy, he's made a name for himself this year. He's standing out, second in the American League in hitting. Kind of a forgotten man when they had their built-up lineup here with J.D. Martinez.
Cabrera on deck, and he won't chase it. I don't know about you, but in my opinion, the split of the weekend series in Houston was one of the biggest moments of this season for the Boston Red Sox.
No doubt about it. You know, you're looking at Verlander and Morton, especially Verlander on that Saturday game.
Yeah, coming in with an ERA of 1.11, lowest in the majors. Sox win that game. They wore him down, got him out, beat up the bullpen. And then we're facing Charlie Morton on Sunday. He was undefeated going in, 7-0. So those last two pitchers that Alex Cora's team faced were a combined 14-2.
I mean, really, it could have been a disaster. They go in there and get swept. I mean, they got to be feeling real good about themselves.
Well, I thought this was a really confident team when spring training broke, but series like that, they really bolster your confidence. That one ripped into left center field. That'll catch a lot of green off the bat of Castellanos. Martin rounding third. He's going to try and score. Bogaerts throw to the plate. Here's the tag, and he's out. Got him. Now that's the call. We'll see if there's a review on this. But on the relay, he's ruled out at home plate.
I was surprised that he sent him. Martin can fly, and he's around the bags here. I thought he'd hold up here at second base. He does not. He tries to score. Good throw here. You see the ball all the way in the air. Does he tag him on the back? That's a tough call right there. Did he get a good look at that? Because his hand gets in. Does he touch him in the back? Wow, they're going to have to take a look at that.
Martin signaled himself safe. Was there contact on the tag?
Man, it's hard to see. You got to have a better look than that. You can't really tell. Is his hand down at the same time? Do you get a look here? Did he tag him or not?
I think he did. I think he got him.
Inconclusive. It will help any way you look at it. If they can't get a good look at this.
Well, they're not going to review the play.
There you go. He's out.
He is out at home. Xander Bogaerts with an outstanding relay, and Vasquez got the tag on him.
How do you send him? Nobody out.
So Castellanos down to second. Cabrera the batter, and more reaction.
Well, I'll tell you what, nice arm there. He's saying it to Bogaerts. Threw that ball all the way in the air.
Cabrera hitting .315 with 3 homers, 22 driven in. Just recently back after missing 26 games on the disabled list because of a hamstring injury. He's now 35 years old, a 2-time MVP.
Didn't make any sense. You got Cabrera coming up, nobody out. Stupid.
But give the Red Sox credit.
Oh yeah.
On the relay in Bogaerts and Vasquez.
Well, you got to get it off the wall. One hop. That's a nice play by Benintendi. Hit the cutoff man. One hop. That takes a long time. Throw it all the way in the air. Bang, bang. Just barely gets his back. Barely.
I love how Martin was signaling himself safe, and Vasquez was pointing out at Bogaerts like, heck of a throw.
Oh, it was a great throw.
Classic stuff there. 2-2 to count.
Because Bogey got it on one hop, and he had to wait for it. It's the only way he was going to throw him out, all the way in the air. No hop.
You made a good point about Benintendi as well, playing that off the wall so smoothly.
Yeah, it starts there.
Up high, and Vasquez had to reach up to grab that. 3-2 the count.
But as soon as he threw a one hopper to Bogaerts, I thought they didn't have a shot.
Me too.
But his gun gunned him out.
Real accurate throw on the money. And the leather of Vasquez did the rest. 1 down, 3-2. He won't chase that ball 4. So less than smooth beginning here for Stephen Wright. A walk, a double, and another walk.
Yeah, it's not pretty right now. He's lucky to have one out.
And that'll send a Victor Martinez, the DH, with 2 on and 1 away, hitting .257 with 4 home runs. Victor now 39 years old. And a 5-time All-Star, including with the Red Sox in 2010.
Boy, he takes about a half an hour to get in there, man.
And the first one in there for a strike. A little bit earlier, Jason Varitek there with Victor Martinez. A long embrace. That's slow motion. Wasn't quite that long.
Oh, they love each other.
Pops that one up into center, backing out Bogaerts, and Xander will make the catch. Tell you what, the wind has really kicked up, and some really dark clouds are moving in over Fenway.
Coming this way.
Sure are. So 2 down. Jeimer Candelario, the talented third baseman, to hit .270 with 9 home runs. He's been a bright light for the Tigers. Switch hitter with pretty good power. He was traded to Detroit from the Cubs.
Was that in the Wilson deal?
So Wright trying to negotiate this first inning, and he deals a strike. The temperature has also dropped about 8 degrees in about 5 minutes. And now you're up to date on the forecast.
Dead pulled, and what new?
He cut right through it. That one danced. 75-mile-an-hour knuckleball. Nothing in 2.
He'd like to dance off into the dugout right now. Get out of this inning with nothing.
Would he ever? He's had 3 base runners in the inning. Trying to escape it. And the 0-2. He got him. He struck him out. What a comeback there for Wright. He strands 2 men, and the Red Sox are coming up in the first inning. .com. Andrew Benintendi cooking. He'll be followed by Bogaerts and JD Martinez batting third tonight. Mitch Moreland in the cleanup spot. Eduardo Nunez at second. Brock Holt in right. Rafael Devers at third base. Christian Vasquez catching. Jackie Bradley in center field. Artie Lewicki is the right-hander, 6'3", about 220 pounds. He's a rookie, and like Stephen Wright, making a spot start tonight. He's been working out of the bullpen. This is just his second major league start. And Benintendi coming off a really big series in Houston. Fouls the first one away.
You know, the home runs are one thing with Benintendi, but the at-bats that he put on off of Verlander and Morton in those last 2 games just set the stage. It really did. Just tough at-bats, made him throw a lot of pitches early.
Looping liner. That'll find a home in left field for a base hit. He goes the other way for a single.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defense tonight. They are 6th in the American League, 30 errors in 61 games. Around the infield, Candelario at 3rd, Iglesias at short, Dixon Machado at 2nd, Miguel Cabrera at 1st. Out in the outfield, Jacoby Jones in center, Martin in center field, and in right field, Castellanos. Behind the plate, James McCann catching, Hardy, Wiki.
Bogaerts to climb in next, 281, 8 home runs for Xander. He's driven in 30. He was 2 for 5 with a couple of doubles on Sunday in the victory over the Astros. Now you think about losing the first 2 games in Houston, coming back and winning the next 2, and doing that without Mookie Betts and putting Dustin Pedroia on the DL. Both of those guys went on the DL during that series, and facing Verlander and Morton to come back and win those on the road. Very, very impressive. Tells you a lot about the 2018 Red Sox. Verlander had the lowest ERA in baseball. Morton was 7-0.
Well, the thing with Verlander, you get him out of the game. He only pitched 6 innings, and that's a big deal because the guy could probably shut you out if you don't run that pitch count up.
Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Xander against Detroit. J.D. Martinez, former Tiger, on deck. Nice dig there by Cabrera on the low throw.
Benintendi, he's been doing it all. 9 steals. Only been thrown out 1 time.
Yeah, and that was on a review play when he was originally ruled safe.
Yeah, he looked safe.
One.
Lewicki not overpowering. You see the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Little finesse guy, little off-speed stuff, little breaking ball, how he gets guys out.
A little rain at the moment. Very light. You know, you see a play like that Xander Bogaerts just made, that outstanding relay. It brings home the point that defensively he's been very reliable this season for the Red Sox. Only committed 3 errors. Runner goes. Cut and a miss. Here's the throw and the tag, and he is out.
Yeah, he tried to do that swim move, and I think it worked against him this time. Slowed him down. The tag to his chest. We'll see.
Bogaerts striking out on that one.
Watch this, a little swim thing again, right? As they do. Took him a little longer to get there. I don't know. He might be in. If he goes straight in, see, he tries to. He looks safe.
He did there. Alex Cora hasn't determined if he wants it reviewed yet, and now he does. He does want this looked at, and Benintendi is staying right there at second base. He hasn't moved.
That swim move, I'm telling you, it's just. It looks like the throw beats him, and because he just doesn't give him his left hand, he takes it away and reaches in his right hand, and I think he's safe. But
did anybody try this when you were playing?
No,
because everybody slid in your day. Not that it was that long ago, but they slid feet first.
Right. You know Ricky Henderson. He's the guy that did it all the time. But
sure.
You never saw that.
Now they're showing it up on the big board at Fenway, and the crowd reacting as if he is safe, as you would expect.
You know that hand got in before he tagged him in the chest.
So they're watching this one in New York.
This view right here, hand is in, then the tag. Yeah, he's safe, but does he come off?
To me, he looked like he kept it over the top of the base, and it never left second base.
Right. See it slide right
sliding,
there. Hanging on. His thumb is still there. It's incredible. They're nitpicking everything.
Well, this is the age we're in now, right?
I'm telling you, the throw beat him, so the tag made him safe if he in fact is safe. That swim thing is golden.
One of the best at it, I think, in all of baseball is Dustin Pedroia. We've been watching that for years. Petey has that down. He had gone to New York to see a specialist about that knee today and was on his way back to Boston. Well, they've got an answer. He is safe.
How about that?
So a stolen base for Benintendi in the end. Well, things are going really well for Alex Cora on these replays tonight. So that call is overturned. And that'll send up Martinez with a man at second and one down. No score here in the first inning.
How do you teach that slide? Everybody's going to be sliding like that. A little swim slide.
Go to swim class.
Yes.
JD came out of Sunday's game before his last at bat with back spasms, but the Red Sox said afterwards that was nothing serious. He gets knocked down on the seat of his pants.
Careful.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, luckily this ball's 88 miles an hour, a little cross seamer, but still can't be leaning. Wow, that is face high. We got this rookie throwing a face high fastball up and in on best hitter in the game right now.
Well, he's leading the major leagues with 50 RBIs. He and Mike Trout share the home run lead at 19.
They must have told him, you got to throw this guy in, kid. So he did twice. And that's mediocre cheese he's featuring too.
Benintendi at second after the base hit and eventually the steal. One out and a 2-0. And popped him up toward right, toward foul ground. Castellanos a long run, but off into the seats it goes.
Well, that wind pushed that ball into the seats.
Well, it sure did. Getting gusty. By the way, members of the Cure Alzheimer's Fund are being hosted at Fenway tonight. It's a nonprofit dedicated to funding the most promising research to prevent, slow, and reverse Alzheimer's disease. For more information, you can visit curealz.org. And a 2-1. Popped up again toward right field. Castellanos,
he
can't see it, and that's going to fall foul anyway, but he had no idea where that was.
Oh, they are so lucky that this ball drifts into the seats. He had his hands up early. Castellanos, check him out. That ball's not even close to him. He has no idea. They got lucky there. That ball would have dropped. Tough sky anyway.
He was fortunate the wind kept pushing it, so it was not playable off into the stands, but he had no idea where it was.
Boy, you had a hanging slider there, JD.
Moreland on deck. Benintendi at second, and the 2-2. And he missed in.
Boy, you know the book on him. Hard in.
Sox the only team in the big leagues with as many as 40 wins, and they have 41. Trying to get on top of the Tigers here. And the 3-2 from Lewicki. High fly ball, left center field. That one way back there. It travels. It is gone. Off of the standard out there in left center field. Martinez with his 20th home run of the season. And another one he absolutely smashed.
Oh, he will make you pay. He just missed a hanging breaking ball. And he gets a fastball, 91, probably his best heater. He throws him here, cross seamer. Oh my goodness. Center cut, and he loses it. Look at this swing. Get used to that swing. Number 20 on the year, 52 ribbies. Way back.
So he has taken over the Major League home run lead again. Number 20 and 52 runs batted in. That's in 61 games. And here's Moreland. Red Sox ahead 2-0. He tags that one high and deep down the left field line, but slicing foul.
Well, you better try to dot that fastball because that's like half step in that 90-91. Not a lot of movement on it, and JD made him pay.
Guess he's over the back spasms. Speedway donating $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer you can stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. What a year he is having. Topper along first, fair ball. Cabrera will flip it on to Lewicki for the out, and there are 2 gone. Nunez will be next. So that's 15 home runs in JD's last 30 games. 5 in his last 10 games.
Man, you can't get away with a fastball like that to Martinez.
Started up by knocking him down in that at bat.
Threw about 3 balls in there, and then
I think he punched back a little bit. Well, Nunez hitting .259. Eduardo has homered 4 times. Red Sox in a quick lead here, 2-0. They are 26-3 when they score the first run.
Gotta be intimidating for Lewicki to be out there, rookie, Fenway Park.
Time to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Nunez with a 5-game hitting streak, and he's batting .400 during that. Toyo Tires is the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Brock Holt on deck. And a 2-0. Chopper on the infield. Machado will set him down, but Martinez launches again. 2-0 Boston. Opponents, winning percentage of .714. That's the highest for any team against any division. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. James McCann to lead things off here in the second inning. A quick lead for the Red Sox and Stephen Wright. McCann .257, 4 home runs. He's the catcher. Very steady guy behind the plate for the Tigers.
Where he put on like 15 pounds of muscle. This guy is built, and he tries to leave Earth all the time.
4 home runs to date.
He's kind of an all or nothing guy.
He's a good thrower too. Tied for 3rd in the American League with 8 caught stealings. And that'll miss, and it's going to be another walk for Wright. So it's moving all over the place. That's his 3rd walk already.
Well, he's lucky to wiggle out of the first inning. Really, it all started with a walk and got lucky with a play at the plate and out at the plate. That was that whole inning, really.
Ace Ticket, Boston's trusted source for tickets to all Red Sox games and concerts. The prices and service are better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. So the leadoff man on ball 4 for the 2nd straight inning. That'll send up Jacoby Jones, 221 with 4 home runs. And a young player who gets hit by a lot of pitches. He's been hit 7 times, but he can run. McCann aboard and nobody out. And pop foul back out of play.
They got this kid Jones, from Pittsburgh for Soria in the Soria deal. No place to play there with that outfield.
Jose Iglesias on deck, former Red Sox shortstop. And a bounding ball in the infield. Devers to charge, scoop and fire on to get him. Down to second moves McCann with 1 gone. MLB at Bat is your #1 Red Sox app. Customize your experience. Get Red Sox home screen icons and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Well, in Detroit's Game 2 win on Monday night, the Tigers' Mike Fiers hit the Yankees' Giancarlo Stanton with a pitch on the left elbow. Stanton was not pleased. He glared, and both benches appeared ready to empty. They did not, but Stanton was very, very angry. Though he later got his revenge. He went about 456 feet, a home run, to punctuate that at bat. He flipped the bat and he pointed at the pitcher when he crossed home plate. But remember, this was the same guy, Mike Fiers, who hit Stanton a few years ago in the face.
Yeah, it's been a couple years, but that's why he wears that face guard. And I saw that whole thing come down. I saw that game last night. I saw exactly what he did. I don't blame him for, being upset that he got hit. And when he hit the home run, it was 0-2 pitch, breaking ball. He smoked about 460 feet.
Yeah, he did.
And he flipped the bat and he went all the way around the bases, then pointed backwards to the pitcher. I mean, I don't know. How would you like to be him? If somebody hit you in the face and just almost cost him his career.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
very close to
I have no problem with it, and I think Fiers had a problem with it. Called him, I don't know exactly what he said about him after the game, but childish or something he called that.
Well, he was adamant he was not throwing at Stanton, but he was critical. He said it was childish.
Yeah, there he is right there.
I understand the history, and I know that it was a bad moment for him, meaning when he got hit in the face all those years ago, just a few seasons ago. But he said, I think the way he handled it was a little childish.
I wouldn't have said anything if I was Fiers. Hold that thought.
Fouled away by
That's
Iglesias.
just my feeling.
Yep.
I mean, zip it. And because Stanton's going to break you in 2.
456 comes pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I saw that, but I mean, Pedro said that if he had done that to him, he would have been on his list, Pedro's list. I mean, that was pretty heavy duty by Pedro to say something like that.
3-2, another chopper, and pulling back now. Devers will sling it and get him with the runner staying put at second base.
Devers stays back on this ball. He had enough time to stay back on this ball. Got a decent hop. You see, he stops, takes the nice hop, almost ate him up a little bit. Ends up being a nice play. Sometimes that'll cost you. Get a bad hop, eat you up. But he made the play.
2 down brings up the second baseman Dixon Machado at 212 with a home run. He's in his second full year with Detroit. Man at second, 2 down. Sox up 2-0 in the second.
Fires got the win last night. Now that I think of it, makes you feel a little braver when you got a W under your.
That could have gotten really nasty. And that's going to miss for a ball. 2-0. Seattle visiting Houston in a game that'll begin in a little while. The Mariners have knocked Houston out of first place in the AL West.
You know, the Mariners, they've had a good club on and off. You just don't know if they could get there. You know, it's been a long time for them.
It has.
Getting in the playoffs.
They've got Paxton. He's a real ace. They win a ton of one-run games, Seattle does, the 3-0.
Thank you. That's a gift. 3-0. What new?
Vasquez pulled that back.
This ball's not even close. Fastball.
3-1. Martin on deck. Wright got through the first inning despite 2 walks and a double.
He's not going to throw him another fastball. No way.
3-1. Back toward Wright. He'll handle that chance, and he gets out of it and strands that runner in scoring position. And summer weekend games and some of the best seats at Fenway. For more information, go to redsox.com/premiumflex. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster with you from Fenway. Red Sox with a 2-0 lead on a mammoth shot by J.D. Martinez, his 20th home run of the year. As he continues to bomb away, Brock Cole will lead things off here against Lewicki. In the second inning, he's hitting .319.
Boy, he had some big hits Sunday night. That triple he hit, crushed that ball.
It drove in 3 runs in Houston. He just beats up the Astros. Native Texan loves to hit against Houston. That triple you mentioned.
Yeah, he crushed this ball and finally 3-2 fastball. Boom. Got it. Deepest part of the ballpark, but it stayed in there. You got a triple, 2 runs, 2 RBIs on the play. Big hit.
Up the middle he goes. Iglesias behind the bag. 1 away.
Thursday on All News Bruins Academy, Bruins head coach Bruce Cassidy discusses his first full season at the helm. Plus, some younger Beast players share their draft day memories. Catch it all on All News Bruins Academy Thursday night at 5:30 on Nesson.
We're talking tonight about the Cure Alzheimer's Fund, nonprofit dedicated to funding the most promising research to try and reverse this disease. And since being founded in 2004, it's contributed over $67 million to research. As Devers is down quickly, 2 up and 2 down in the second.
Devers hacking out of the gate, a curveball down. This is roll me over.
Vasquez will be next. He's got one in the home run column with that game tying home run in the 7th inning on Saturday. First of his season.
He picked a good time to go bridge, didn't he? And he crushed it. You can almost, he looked at it for a little while. That's how far he hit it.
I think, you know,
I don't blame him.
He probably should have.
Yeah.
With that kind of swing. Yeah, it was a huge hit in that series.
Watch this boy. He just launches this ball. Takes a little peek at that thing. Yes. A tie ball game, 3-3. Way up there.
Sox would go on to win 5-4 and then ran away with Sunday. Sox are right now tied with the Yankees for the most runs in the major leagues. They're number 1 in batting average and extra base hits.
See Detroit catcher McCann giving more than one sign with nobody on base. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's paranoid.
Why is everybody so nervous?
I don't know. There's just cameras, Apple watches.
We can't do that anymore.
I know.
That's been definitively proven. Slicer foul out of play.
This guy's 91 fastball, slow curve, little slider.
Played his college ball at the University of Virginia. Led UVA to the College World Series his senior year. He's now 25 years old. Jackie Bradley on deck. 2-0 Boston here in the 2nd inning.
Imagine being this kid, Lewicki, you know, 25 years old, been in college. This is a huge start for him. I think if I was him, man, this is showcase piece.
Not just his 2nd major league start. 2-2 to Vasquez. Tomorrow night, game 2, Eduardo Rodriguez against Blaine Hardy, who's a lefty. In fact, the rest of this series, that's all the Red Sox will see as left-handers. Eduardo goes in 6-1. Red Sox will have to make an announcement on a Thursday starter because Drew Pomeranz went on the disabled list today. He was set to go Thursday in game 3, and then the White Sox come in.
But everybody's going to get 2 extra days. That's kind of a nice thing. And Drew needs to find where he's at. You can't find it, taking the hill again. You got to find it on the sidelines. And you got to be healthy, obviously.
Now began the season with that forearm strain, the 3-2. Poked on the ground to the right side. Machado from the outfield grass will get him, and that's a fast inning. The Red Sox go 1-2-3.
Because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Top of the third, Red Sox in front of the Tigers 2-0. First meeting of the year between these two. Top of the order, it'll be Martinez, Castellanos, and Cabrera against Stephen Wright, who's battled some command issues. He's walked 3, but unscathed. Red Sox really helped him with an outstanding relay from Xander Bogaerts to nail the runner Martinez at home plate when he tried to score in the first inning. Play that went under review.
Not real sharp with his knuckleball so far.
It is a blustery night. He'll miss downstairs to make it 3-0. Castellanos on deck.
There's a little cross seam fastball coming up here.
Taking all the way, and at 82 a strike. Now Wright has made 3 career appearances against Detroit. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 8.84. And the 3-1.
Back-to-back fastballs. That one 82. I saw the other night he threw a ball. I could have swore it said 88. I knew every once in a while he can get it up there.
88?
88. Now I could be wrong, but I swear it was 88. I'd seen him throw a ball fairly hard a couple years ago. It's going back to the knuckleball.
The payoff pitch. Shot into left center field. Bradley racing back to the track. He is there to make the play. And made it look easy too, as he so often does. One man gone. Let's toss it down to Jemai.
Well, Dave, Christian Vasquez has done the lion's share of catching for the Red Sox this season. He's caught 40 games already, and now he's tasked with trying to get Stephen Wright through this contest, his first major league start in more than a year. And Alex Cora was asked what went into the decision to have Vasquez be the backstop, and he says, really, it's the work that he's done and his timing and his taking a good hitting approach, specifically what he did on Saturday in Houston in 2 of his 3 at-bats. He blasts his first home run of the season, and Cora says it's all about approach with Vasquez, getting in a good hitting position, getting his timing down, and putting good swings on it. There was also talk that Blake Swihart would catch during this series. That's still the plan for the Red Sox, but he said he didn't want to throw him in there catching a knuckleballer like Wright for his first start as catcher.
Castellanos doubled his first time up, and he'll single here as he tears into that one into left field. So he's 2 for 2. Yeah, it's one of the more interesting games we play every night coming to the ballpark, going inside the clubhouse and seeing where on the lineup card Blake Swihart may be, which position he might be playing a given night. Alex Cora saying he will get him in there to catch this week.
That one night, wasn't he at second base and then he got scratched late? Remember that? Was it second base?
Well, the other night in Houston, he was in at second base.
Okay.
And then Dustin Pedroia was
right,
scratched.
That's what it was.
And Swihart went to right field.
Right. It was
so you never know where he's going to wind up.
Exactly.
And Cabrera walked his first time up. 2,666 career hits for the future Hall of Famer.
What a hitter. What a hitter.
See, even he's wearing the C flap these days.
Yeah.
You know, with all the success he's had without it.
I don't blame anybody for wearing that thing.
No, nor do I.
Good Lord.
Why wouldn't you? You know, if it doesn't affect your vision. Ground ball to Bogaerts. To Nunez, got one there on to first, and an easy double play. The Red Sox turn 2. rules that have been implemented. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. As Jackie Bradley leads off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Red Sox on top of Detroit 2-0. Alex Spear of the Boston Globe in with us. Have you noticed a quicker pace of play?
I feel like there have been, I do feel like there have been a few more sub 3-hour games this year. But overall, I do think that the absence of visits to the mounds has accelerated things a little bit. But I haven't looked at the actual data for it.
It hasn't felt profoundly different to me at all. Is it to you, Ed?
No. I mean, I think it starts with the hitter. I mean, the hitters take forever to get in there. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. No bias.
I got to tell you, I feel exactly the opposite. I think it's about the pitchers.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, both of them.
Well, yeah, to a degree.
Somebody's got to get in there. Let's go. Somebody's got to pitch. Somebody's got to hit.
Well, across the game, for a number of years, some pitchers have been encouraged to take a little bit more time in between pitches because it does decrease the injury risk. And so you saw it staff-wide with the Tampa Bay Rays. And as the Rays guys have fanned out across the majors, I think that you've seen more and more of it.
Jackie hitting 192 with a couple of home runs. He'll be followed by Benintendi and then Bogaerts. Were you impressed by what the Red Sox did in that series against Houston to come back and win those last two? Not just a little bit impressed, but to come back against that caliber of pitching. Those were 4 outstanding right-handers they faced in that series. And it's on the road, and it's without Mookie Betts and without Dustin Pedroia. To win those 2 against the reigning world champs, I thought it was a huge moment in the season.
Yeah, well, we got to see a contrast to last year where they played 4 games against them. They were able to come back and show a great deal of character for 1 victory, but they weren't able to sustain that across a couple of them. So I think that, you know, it gives maybe an insight into a team that top to bottom has a little bit more depth, a little bit more talent across the board. Of course, it's the small sample of a 4-game series as well. But yes, the way that those games played out, the way in which they were putting together really good at-bats against an absolutely elite starting rotation, I thought that there was a lot that the Red Sox could take away from that series on the road.
I thought offensively Houston's lacking something, you know, along with everybody knows how great that rotation is, and their bullpen. I don't think they're like all sold on Giles at the end. I just don't think.
I tend to agree, especially on the lineup part. You don't have Altuve being the same explosive hitter at this point in the season that he was then. The power hasn't played out in quite the same way, even though he's still a great hitter.
Ground ball, that'll get through for a base hit. So Jackie Bradley is on. Red Sox have the leadoff man in front here in the 3rd inning. When you look at guys like Jackie and Benintendi, who's coming up to bat now for the Sox, and this time of the year, you think about the draft and the talent, the new wave of talent is going to be coming in. Who won the draft in your estimation?
We'll find out in 5 to 10 years. We're so far beyond. Aside from a guy like Eck, who somehow, I still don't know how you fast track to the big leagues that quickly, coming out at your age.
They had a tired rotation. They were looking for somebody.
Yeah, right.
Some new talent.
That's extraordinary, though, the path that you were on. But it takes truly, you look at the guys who are emerging as elite pitchers now, the Garrett Coles of the world and the Trevor Bauers, they're 7 years removed from the draft. It's taken Matt Barnes from that same 2011 draft in which he was a first round 7 years in order to figure out what his identity is coming out of the bullpen. So it is a long haul to be able to assess what you got. Now, the fun part of the draft is thinking about possibility and having this is kind of a creative time for the scouts who are involved in the process to kind of look into the crystal ball and think what they might be able to see with someone like the first rounder that the Red Sox took yesterday. This, you know, big, strong kid, 6'4", 238 pounds listed weight, named Tristan Cassis out of Florida, who has big power to the opposite field, big power to all fields. And when you see a guy like that at the age of 18, able to attack, to drive the ball to left field, and you think about what he might look like in Fenway Park in those 5 or 7 years, that's when an organization starts dreaming a little bit.
Imagine he's going to get bigger.
Maybe.
Can he get bigger?
Yeah, that's the question. There has to be a plateau somewhere. But no, he looks like right now they're going to develop him as a third baseman, and even for that position, he'd be pretty darn big. Ooh. They're going to see whether or not he outgrows third base or whether or not he ends up at first base. But he has athleticism, footwork, hands that would allow him to play at first base. And if he can hit consistently, it'd be pretty darn interesting.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Detroit and I've got the #1 pick, Casey Mize, right, out of Auburn, you better be the man. because you can't miss on number one, the number one pick.
And yet it happens.
I know. I mean, but
just a couple of years ago, Mark Appel was the overall number one pick, the 1-1 in the draft, and now he is taking time off from baseball. This is a guy who was the first overall pick in, what, 2013.
They're going to review this.
They must think they got it. Ooh, on the tail. Got him on the rear end with his hand wasn't down.
Looked pretty clean.
What do
So,
you think?
Plays under review.
Whoa, you got to get.
It was kind of a strange re-entry to first base by Jackie as well.
It totally was. It took him a while. He kind of crawled in there and he tags him on the rear end, right? Boom. Cabrera's the one that wants this. He's the one that asked for it.
Yep. And
Ooh,
he got it. He's out.
Yes.
He is out at first.
That's
so
not good.
Jackie Bradley picked off. So base is empty with one down for Benintendi, who singled and stole a base in the first inning.
But I tell you what, when you take the number one pick, number one, and he's a high schooler, it's hard to take a high schooler. I want instant results now. And I'm sure Detroit wanted that. You know, the funny
But then
thing
again,
is,
Bryce Harper was a 1-1,
Yeah.
and he ended up paying pretty good dividends to the
Yeah.
Nationals for taking them. Although he did graduate early from
Yeah.
high school, so he could go to junior college.
oh,
High fly, but that's going to be foul.
But it's a really tricky subject. The question of college, which you tend to think that the college guys are going to be more predictable in terms of what they end up being in the big leagues because they played at a more advanced level. Andrew Benintendi is a great example of that. A guy the Red Sox took with the number 7 overall pick in 2015, and 1 year later is in the big leagues.
0-2, and he hammers that one to Iglesias. Will flip on to get him. 2 down.
But then again, you get to the question of the high school guys and the Mike Trouts of the world and the Mookie Bettses of the world. So are you passing on the opportunity to have a superstar in exchange for that certainty? You tend to see teams kind of mixing things up in order to give themselves chance at that upside. A guy like that first rounder for the Red Sox, Tristan Casas, as well as their second rounder out of New Jersey, a high schooler named Nick Decker. And then in the third round today, the Red Sox took this terrific college closer out of TCU, a guy who's 95 to 99, has a wipeout slider. And some evaluators, I haven't heard whether or not the Red Sox feel this way, believe that he could be in the big leagues this year.
This year.
yeah, I like that.
Wow. That's quick enough for you, Heck?
That's
I mean,
quick
it's
enough,
pretty
yeah.
darn quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie Betts
That's
all smiles at the moment.
To me, the talent is to be able to project that. You know, that's why it's a talent to do that. Talent evaluators projecting what somebody's going to be.
And it's an impossible task in some ways because no one knew what Mookie Betts was going to be.
No
Mookie
way.
Betts didn't know what he was going to be. He actually thought he was never going to reach the big leagues when he signed with the Red Sox.
You think Willie Mays knew he was going to be Willie Mays? I don't think any of us know how good you're going to be necessarily. You don't even know. The big league seems like so far away.
So Mookie Betts, not the greatest talent evaluator.
Not the
of all
greatest
time.
self-evaluator.
Incredibly humble, but not the most gifted talent evaluator. And a 1-2 to Xander Bogaerts. He struck out in the first inning as we chat with Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. So no way to really give a grade on who came out in front. I mean, the Tigers like the guy they signed, number 1.
They better.
Yeah.
They had a long time to evaluate him, but there's a lot of reason to like him. You can watch him, and you could watch him against top opponents in the SEC and see a guy with a pitch mix that looks like it should play every 5 days in the big leagues, and the body for it as well.
2-2 hammered foul. JD Martinez on deck. He's hit one to the moon already tonight. His 20th home run of the year.
There's a difficult talent evaluation story. He was a guy who was taken, I think, number 611 overall, something like that. And the industry probably, the industry was obviously light on him because he got to the big leagues, but then through a couple of years in the big leagues, it didn't look like he was going to be who he's become.
We talked about it when the Astros cut him loose. He had to reinvent himself as a hitter, pretty much from scratch. Did he go? He did. That is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Alex, always great to see you.
Great to see you guys.
Thanks so much. 2-0 Red Sox. at Fenway Park tonight, and we will have a special message from the Cure Alzheimer's Fund in the middle of the 5th inning. For more information, visit curealz.org. Victor Martinez firing away. He's 0 for 1 with a pop to short. Eight times in his career he's batted .300, including with the Red Sox. The 1 year he was here in Boston, 2010, he hit .302 with 20 home runs. It's a high fly into left center field. Benintendi there in the alley, and one away. Time now for our social stretch with Casey. Casey, what have you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm sure neither of you have heard, but today is the first day of mandatory minicamp down in Foxborough. Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski finally showing up. And when they looked up at the sky, this is what they saw earlier. The Globe's Pete Abraham said it best. You can't cross Belichick and expect to get away with it. Hopefully it holds off for the remainder of this one for you guys.
Yeah, that's the truth right there. Well, I'm not going to second guess him. I think he conjured that up, don't you?
I don't know.
There's a
He's got
warning
power,
for
man.
Candelario struck out first time up, caught looking in the first inning by Stephen Wright, his first start of 2018. He's got a 2-0 lead. Tigers believe that Candelario is going to be a power source for years to come for them, and he can do it from both sides of the plate.
Yeah, and that's why Castellano said, hey, I think I better go to right field. Right away he knew when they made this trade to get this kid, probably the best thing for the team. But early on, 9 home runs.
Here's the 1-2 from Wright. Sox have barely played this division. They're just 2-1 against the Central. See a lot of it coming up. He went fishing on that one, and down he goes on that 67-mile-an-hour as he fans.
And this is what he can make you look like, you know, striking out. Just an ugly pitch in the dirt, and you just swing at it, just have no idea.
For 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all you Sox fans. Pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. Well, you say an ugly pitch. Stephen Wright says it's a thing of beauty. His second strikeout.
You could see him get on a roll, and he could just, I'll tell you, like he had a couple years ago. I'm sure that's the best roll he's been on in his life. He'd like to get there again.
Working with Dane Levangie in between innings.
You got to find out how a knuckleballer throws it. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, how do you give anybody advice? I mean, to throw a knuckleball. He's on it. Look at this pitch here. This ball is not even in the dirt, doesn't even get close to home plate. He's hacking. But the mechanics of throwing a knuckleball, I mean, you got to talk to another knuckleballer.
Well, of course, he's got Wake around to help him out a great deal. Those two have forged a very serious alignment, and it's really worked. Here's the 1-2 when Stephen's been healthy.
That's a hard knuckleball there. 78.
McCann walked in the second inning. Here's the 2-2. And that one dances away to fill up the count. He has walked 3.
That ball is just dancing. It's hard to throw a strike with this thing. You just want to get it in the vicinity to look like a strike, but it never got there.
Well, the knuckleballer, you have to live with the wildness, don't you? The 3-2. Toward the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts on a big friendly bounce. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Honoring the 13 champions in game number 61, the Red Sox would beat Texas 6-3. David Ortiz with a walk-off 3-run homer for the Red Sox in what turned out to be a magical year. What Big Papi hit in the World Series? 680?
Yeah.
They finally started walking him in what, game 6?
That was ridiculous, wasn't it?
It waited until game 6. It was just about over. He had already done so much damage. JD Martinez 318 with 20 home runs. Number 20 came in the first inning off the second light standard on the monster. Out into left center field. He destroyed it. And the Sox are on top 2-0. Moreland on deck.
Yeah, they're going last sign. I got the signs.
You got them now?
Yeah. Who cares? Let me see here. Last sign. Fastball in. No, I don't have the signs.
1-0. 84 was a slider.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have him. As soon as he sat up outside, I was done. Sizzled. You don't want me giving signs if I'm on second base telling you, I got it, I got it.
Hey, I got this.
I got it.
But wait a minute, I don't. It's a slider. JD giving way to Sam Travis after the back spasms his last at bat on Sunday, and Sam Travis just up from the minors contributed with a 2-run single.
Well, you know, he tried to throw a fastball in early in the count, first time up with JD. Look at that. Ooh, my goodness. That was a face piece. And then he had a hanging slider that found the seats down the line, and then a fastball middle bridge. See ya. Way back.
Bridge and tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Our high strength steel play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. Hard hit. Candelario across the diamond, and a horrible throw toward the camera well. That'll roll inside the dugout. Martinez down to second base. And a gift there.
Ooh.
That throw took off a little bit.
Didn't get a grip. That's you call not getting a grip. First of all, the ball was hit so hard, I wonder if it caught him on the finger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he needs
this
some help.
Ball, watch this. I think he got his finger in there on that hard ground ball, because look at this toss. This is an errant throw down the line.
Just a tad, but I think it did have something to do with that ground ball, because the trainer is out now, along with Gardenhire.
He had his hand in his glove. Maybe it caught him on that right hand, and because he just did not get a good grip on this ball and launches it. You know, you got to get lucky down the line there to go in.
So let's see if he can continue. Runner at second, so quickly the Red Sox with a man in scoring position. And he is walking away, and out he comes.
Man.
So they're going to need a new third baseman. Candelario is out and needing some medical attention, and flipping down the glove very unhappily. Ronnie Rodriguez is going to take over at third base, and he will hit in the 5-hole.
Boy, JD Martinez does damage on a ground ball, doesn't he?
Even on a ground ball.
Even on a ground ball.
It was hard hit, but down to second on the E5 and an injury too. Red Sox in front 2-0. The batter will be Mitch Moreland, who is 0 for 1 on a ground out tonight. Mitch hitting .303, 10 homers. He's driven in 30 runs. He has 9 extra base hits in his last 12 games, and an excellent game on Sunday in a win in Houston, as he went 3 for 4 with a home run, and he drove in 2. And he just continues to sail along as the everyday first baseman.
I'll tell you what, he has been spectacular. I don't think he's ever been to this point in his career. He's looking at a big, this could be a career year for him. You know,
in there for a strike.
As a Red Sox fan, that's what you got to hope for. This can continue all year long. Look at him. I mean, he's just doubles and triples and dingers. I mean, he's just gone off.
Nunez on deck. Red Sox facing the rookie Artie Lewicki for the first time. Tigers called him up last year to make 4 appearances, and he did not pitch very well. That's down and in for a ball. 0-1 with a 6.10 ERA. Yankees in Toronto have gone to the 5th inning. They're 0-0.
That's Sabathia tonight. He hasn't been pitching all that well the last few times out.
That's a quick series, 2 games. Here's the 2-1. Hard hit, but a foul ball out of the reach of Cabrera. 2-2.
I mean, he's hitting fastballs, curveballs. This ball, curveball down and in. He goes down and gets it and yanks it down the line, just foul.
A little bit early on that curveball, and Cabrera with a leap but couldn't get it. Tigers in town for 3, and then the White Sox for 3. And the Red Sox go on a really long trip to Baltimore, Seattle, and then Minnesota.
Man.
With a day off in there. 2-2. Hard hit again into center field, a base hit. Martinez to third. Carlos Fablis will put the stop sign up there as the throw comes in. And they'll be on at first and third, and the hits keep coming for Mitch Moreland.
Boy, he's hitting everything, like I said. Now he gets a cross-seam fastball right there. Lines that ball into center field. All over it. Martin in shallow center field. JD can't score on that. Nobody out. Nobody's going to attempt to try to score there. JD doesn't exactly fly. He can't do it all. He's not 5 tools now. Just don't get carried away.
Sox fan will say, well, I'll take the 20 home runs.
Oh, yeah.
And the 52 RBIs to this point. He has had a great year. Well, here comes Nunez. 0 for 1. He's tapped to second. Big day on Sunday. Went 3 for 4. And he has a 5-game hitting streak. Sox trying to add on to a 2-0 lead. Brock Holt on deck. Martinez and Moreland on base. And Lewicki, his first start at Fenway, is in some trouble. Ground ball, and underneath Rodriguez, another run is in. Martinez will score, and the Sox are on top 3-0. Rodriguez just into the game, could not slow it down.
Well, it's sharply hit. First of all, he finds that hole really underneath the armpit of Rodriguez. Looks like a sinker that's belt high. You see this ball get underneath the armpit, a little dive underneath, scores JD, makes it 3-0, but sharply hit.
So a 6-game hitting streak for Eduardo Nunez. All smiles. His 15th RBI. Red Sox trying to keep the line moving now. Brock Holt is 0 for 1. He is grounded out to short. 428 during the hitting streak. Nobody out. First and second. Another run in. Brock hitting .315. Red Sox now 5 hits to the Tigers 2. Brock with a single and a triple on Sunday. He doubled and drove in a run on Friday. 6 RBIs in his last 7 games.
Important Nesson's Red Sox schedule on any device alerts 15 minutes prior to each game, with matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import it now. It's presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
It was very nice.
Thank you.
A 2-0. A little bit low.
Second time around, he's scuffling out there. Lewicki.
Devers waiting his turn, trying to get hot again. Moreland leading at second, Nunez at first, and the 3-0, taking all the way a strike. Brock has proven to be once again such a valuable guy. Just on the defensive end, to be able to move him around to different positions.
Yeah, that's the difficult part for him. I mean, he showed he could do it a couple years ago.
He's going to take ball 4. That's going to load him up. Hey, for more than 170 years, Hood has been committed to supporting New England communities. That's why we're proud to contribute to the Red Sox Foundation. So they're loaded up for Rafael Devers, who is 0 for 1 with a grounder to second. Here comes Gardenhire.
That looks like Bosio.
I should say Bosio coming out.
They both have Fu Manchus, or whatever you want to call that, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Goatees, I mean.
Until Sean Manaea no-hit the Red Sox earlier this season, Bosio was the last guy to have done it against the Red Sox.
Right, in Seattle.
Yes.
Right? He was with the Cubs there for a few years under Madden.
Well, no place to put Rafael Devers with a run in, and it's Moreland down to third, Nunez at second, Brock Holt now at first base.
Devers has seen one pitch last time up, a curveball, so see if he can be a little patient, get himself something good to hit.
You've got activity in the bullpen. Warwick Saupold. Nobody out. Devers can do some damage here in a big way, and he'll look at a strike. He's trying to snap an 0 for 10. He went 1 for 12 in the Houston series. And the Sox looking for some big time breathing room. Here comes the 0-1. Up the middle, but that's where Iglesias is. Goes to the bag for the out there, on to first, and do turn the double play as another run comes in to score to make it 4-0 Boston. So Mitch Moreland crossing home plate on the twin killing, with Nunez advancing to third. So no RBI for Devers. 2 down, but 4-0. And now Vasquez can make it 5-0 with a base hit. He's 0 for 1 with a tapper to second. Sox have scored twice in this inning. They scored 2 times in the first on a long bomb by J.D. Martinez, number 20. Four runs on 5 hits for the Red Sox. An error in the inning has contributed as well. Jackie Bradley on deck should it get that far. He's got a base hit tonight. And it's 2-0. Well, Seattle has jumped on Houston in the first inning 4-0.
Oh.
As mentioned,
It's Keuchel, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've overtaken the Astros in the division with a 1-game lead. The Mariners now on top of Houston. So the Red Sox hurt them a little bit with that split, winning those last 2. Seattle keeps on winning.
Well, their starting rotation has been so great. You got to fall out of that tree sooner or later.
Yeah.
Morton fell out of his.
Finally.
Yep.
The Red Sox game plan wise did such a great job on Verlander too.
They really did. It started from the get-go with Benintendi, great at bat, full count, plays it out. I mean, that's important to take that pitch count up. Meanwhile, Lewicki can't find the plate. Not a good time for that.
He's walked another man, his second in the inning, to put on Vasquez first and third, and Jackie Bradley trying to make him pay. They'll think you know Boston sports. Prove it. Subscribe to NESN.com's daily email newsletter, The Lead. Visit NESN.com/fan experience to learn more. Jackie with a base hit in the third inning. He was also picked off first base by Lewicki. They had to review the play, but then they rung him up. Andrew Benintendi on deck. He checked his swing, and ball one. Jackie snapped a 7-game hit streak on Saturday, and since then he has 1 hit in his last 10 at bats. Two on and 2 out.
There for a while, they were throwing fastballs right by him, kind of upstairs and in. Then he started mixing in some hard shots. Sooner or later, he's going to go bridge. Hadn't hit one in a while.
2-1. Lewicki's pitching line brought to you by Lexus, inviting you to see, hear, feel, and experience amazing. Well, the Red Sox are driving up his pitch count up to 69 now. And it's 2-1 on Jackie. Nunez at third, Vasquez at first. And the 2-1. 3-1.
Seen 3 sliders in there. And he's got a party right here. 3-1. You got Benintendi on deck.
Good count to swing the bat if it's close. Here's the 3-1. Runner at first goes, and that's going to be low for ball 4. So they are reloaded. Benintendi the batter. Here comes the manager. And he's going to go to the bullpen right now. So Lewicki coming out. The rookie really having a difficult time here in the 4th inning. Soppold will have to come on and try and salvage it, but Benintendi has other ideas as they're going to be loaded up for him. Everybody hitting the books here on a right-hander from Australia. He's pitched the last 2 years with the Tigers. And he inherits a big-time mess. The Red Sox have him all loaded up, trying to bust it wide open, already ahead 4-0.
Got the right guy up there too, as hot as anybody in the big leagues right now.
Hitting .417 in his last 9 games. And at Fenway, he's 21 for his last 47 with 5 home runs. That's over 12 games. Floater down the left field line and foul.
When he took Morton deep on Sunday, this ball is crushed. Oh my goodness. How about that short, compact? Way up there. This little guy can go way back.
Benny Biceps.
Benny Biceps can go bridge with the best of them.
The Red Sox have hit 6 grand slams. 2 down in the 0-1. And a ground ball pulled to Machado. And a flip on to Cabrera to retire the side. The Red Sox do get 2 more and lead it 4-0. At the Sun, witness Joe the Beast Smith Jr.'s epic return to the ring. For tickets, go to starboxing.com. Red Sox in front here 4-0 as we go to the 5th inning. Alex Cora said a couple of days ago when he made the announcement Stephen Wright would start tonight, he was hoping for 5 innings out of him.
Oh, he's looking pretty good right now. What, 63 pitches?
Fast inning in the 4th. He got him 1-2-3. Jones the batter. He is 0 for 1 with a tapper to third. Iglesias on deck, and then Dixon Machado, the second baseman. 0-2 off the mid of Vasquez. Iglesias, the former Red Sox shortstop, who's now 28 years old. Can still make that dazzling play once in a while. And short. And a 2-2, he got him. That one danced at 75, and he struck him out. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, a great price for auto, home, and life insurance.
Well, he's going to feature the best one he's got. He got 2 strikes on him. He doesn't have to throw a strike, and he doesn't. But watch this ball go straight down. See ya.
You hope in the backyard you can make your wiffle ball do that, right?
Exactly. You got to make it enticing enough. It's got to start somewhere in the vicinity. It's got to, or they're not going to hack.
Iglesias 0 for 1 with a ground to short. His defensive metrics are not really that good. But you know, every once in a while he'll make one of those eye-popping plays.
I mean, he was special there for the Red Sox when he came. You know, that 1 year, everything he hit was a hit. Remember at the start of the year, he's hitting 400.
Oh yeah.
But they had one piece missing. They got Jake Peavy that year, 2013. And then he went to the Tigers, and they needed the shortstop. That was a good move by them.
Sure was. 2-1. Came back with a fastball at 83. And a 2-2 on Iglesias. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. He does not run. Vasquez will fire on to get him.
Why is he standing there? I don't understand what happened here.
Never left the box.
I know, but he asked. The umpire said it hit something. Watch.
I think he's saying it hit the catcher, Vasquez, on the leg and ricocheted away. I believe that's what he's indicating to Gardenhire here and to Iglesias.
Why can't Iglesias? He's got to go to first base. What's he doing? Is he trying to plead that he foul tipped it? He has to be. Because you got to go, bro. I mean, and then he's telling him that, and he said, never mind.
It either got the catcher or got the umpire.
But he missed it. He had to be pleading, hey, I foul tipped that ball, because he's got to know I got to go.
And never left the box.
Never left the box. That's not good.
As Heat fans, so back-to-back strikeouts here for Wright.
I mean, that doesn't look good at all. You got to go.
Machado 0 for 1. He is grounded back to the pitcher. And Wright trying to make it 2 consecutive 1-2-3 innings. So he is locked in the knuckleball. Here's the 0-2. Little dribbler. Wright has plenty of time to scoop and get him. Another quick inning.
Tough inning.
Well, tonight the Red Sox have partnered with the Cure for Alzheimer's Fund to raise awareness of this awful disease. Let's learn more.
ALZ.org. OB.
Goodbye, thank you very much. And we are on to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Stephen Wright back in the fold tonight. Even though he's walked a few guys, he's tossing a shutout and a 2-hitter at this point. Red Sox had 4-0. Xander Bogaerts will lead things off in the 5th. Then J.D. Martinez, who has scored 2 of the runs, and Mitch Moreland. Saupold working in his second inning out of the bullpen. Lewicki knocked out of the game. And wildness got him as much as anything. He walked 3 men in the 4th inning, the rookie, and he got the hook. That one tagged into right center. That's a long way. Martin looking up, and it is gone. Xander Bogaerts with number 9.
Well, that is a beautiful swing. That's the kind of, he's showing off the kind of power that tells you he could hit 25, 30 home runs. You don't see this a lot from Bogaerts, but he puts a, look at him light this ball up. Fastball up out over the plate, and he drives this ball. He smokes this ball. He put a charge in that ball.
He's got 9 home runs. I can't think of any cheapies. Can you?
No, look at everybody just stopped. That ball was crushed.
9 home runs for Xander.
He's not playing that little flare game to right field anymore.
Well, he drove that ball. As J.D. Martinez did in the 1st inning off the light standard, and he rips that one into left field to the track up against the scoreboard. He's going to head on back to first base, and the throw as he slides in will not get him. It rolls away. He was thinking about 2. He settles for the single eventually.
But he thought otherwise. That's a good move on JD's part, because he's going to get thrown out at second base. But he just rips his curveball down the line. And he says, I think I could go to second base. No, you better get back. Cabrera's not in a real good position to tag him out. Can't get back to the bag himself.
Now Jones did very well in left field to get to it quickly. Sox now 7 hits. That'll send up Moreland, who's gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. He has scored a run. First 2 Red Sox reaching here in the 5th inning. Xander Bogaerts with a blast, and Martinez with a sharp single. Mitch hitting .308, 10 homers. He's driven in 30 runs. We are at the 61 game mark here tonight. Floated towards center. Martin charging in. He can't get it. That'll drop for a base hit. Martinez will stop at second. Mitch Moreland is 2 for 3 tonight.
Didn't hit it hard, but he'll take it. Dunked it right in there in front of Martin. Got a fastball, kind of the label, shoved it out into center field. A nice attempt there by Martin. One hop into the glove. JD's got to stay at second base, first and second, nobody out.
Red Sox hungry for more. Nunez will be the batter. Nobody out. 5-0 Boston. Nunez with an RBI single in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 tonight, running his hitting streak to 6 in a row. Ken had some issues with that. He had to lunge after it. Now he wants a word with his pitcher.
Well, if he was looking breaking ball, that's a spectacular catch, because that ball's way inside. And if he's looking breaking ball, there's no way you catch this ball, right? Where is he setting up? Outside corner, fastball in. Backhands it. Kind of surprised himself he caught it.
The 1-0 to Nunez. That one ripped into left. Jones, it's over his head. It slams into the wall. Martinez will be held at third as the throw comes in. And the Red Sox, for about the 3rd time tonight, have the bases loaded up.
I'll tell you what, this is a frozen rope that he hits over Jones. Jones said, uh-oh, I can't get there. I'll tell you what, the ball got to the bottom of that wall in a hurry.
Oh, it sure did.
He goes to hack, and that ball is a bullet. Thought it had topspin, but it didn't. Got to the wall. JD has to hold up. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Have you noticed the last 9 or 10 games that Eduardo Nunez is swinging the bat again like he did last year?
Right, it's starting to jump off his bat too.
He's hitting about .390 in his last 10 games.
This offense is taking off.
Here's Brock Holt, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Red Sox up 5-zip.
There's nobody warming up either. This guy is going to get his lunch handed to him, and there's no help.
A quiet bullpen for Detroit. Brock Holt looking to take advantage. 2-0.
Looking to open this game wide open. That's called ducks on a pond.
Caught the corner. 2-1 on Brock Holt, who's seeing the ball really well. Two one to the right side. Machado will scoop that up. He has one play, gets the out with another run coming in. Martinez scores for the third time in this game to make it 6-0.
That's all it took was a little weak ground ball. He'll take it.
14 RBIs now for Brock Holt. Runners at second and third.
Nunez has to wait for this ball. He sort of hesitates, and Machado gets the one out there. RBI there for Holt. He'll take it. Watch him pause right here. There was a play at second base if he really wanted to go there, but he takes the safe one.
Devers climbing in, 0 for 2, hit into a double play last time up, and he'll look at ball one. Infield in several steps here for Detroit. Rafael also with a ground out to second, so 0 for 2 this evening. 0 for his last 11, and in need of something good to happen at home plate. Breaking ball outside.
Doesn't really have to throw him a strike, but with Vasquez on deck.
The 2-0 and nowhere near the plate. So 3-0, and they are going to walk it. So this will be an intentional pass. They decide to put him on. One away. Vasquez will bat again. The bases are loaded. Stop me if you've heard that tonight. Red Sox up 6-0. So the Red Sox keep adding on. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the fourth, 2 so far here in the 5th inning. Still looking for that extra base hit to really bust it open. Vasquez has walked and grounded to second.
That's a nice pitch to take. Sort of paint on the corner. You don't want to swing at that.
Moreland a runner at third. Nunez at second. Devers now at first. For the Tigers, the Wolf is really at the door here. Here's the 0-1. Good check there on a breaking ball away. 1-1. First meeting of the year between the Sox and Detroit. Tigers just split a doubleheader yesterday with the Yankees. Yankees are trailing 1-0 in the 7th inning at Toronto. Here's the 1-1.
Try not to get too big here by Vasquez. Hit that right center field gap.
Well, the Sox have had a lot of base runners. 5 in this inning alone. Soppold in deep trouble. Here's the 2-1. Fouled away. Just got a piece of it.
Got a pitch to hit.
It's not a fastball that's going to blow you off the plate, is it?
No. Just like the Wiki, same way. Didn't have a real through 91.
Vasquez with a home run. on Saturday in Houston. Big hit, probably his biggest hit all season. Looking to come up with another one. The 2-2. He's filled up the count, dropped by McCann, but no one can advance.
He's taken 2 good breaking balls in this at bat.
Bradley on deck, 1 away. Now the Red Sox are a double away from turning this one into a laugher. Stephen Wright has been very good on the hill. And so far very well supported. He'd like some more.
Time to party here. 3-2. You can't get cute with a breaking ball. You got to go at him.
Moreland, Nunez, Devers on the bases. And the 3-2 to Vasquez. And a ground ball to Machado. Iglesias got one, and the Red Sox hit into a double play to retire the side. They add on 2 more. 6-0 Boston.
You'll hear from Stephen Wright and Alex Cora. Who but W.B. Mason celebrating over 20 years of the same day delivery.
Well, moving on to the 6th inning, Red Sox head 6-0 over the Tigers. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Jemiah Webster with you. So Stephen Wright getting some runs, 9 hits for Boston, just 2 for Detroit. Martinez with a tapper along the line, and that's going to be a fair ball, and scooped up, and another guy doesn't run for Detroit. What's going on with the Tigers here?
That ball was going foul. It took a weird hop and went back into fair territory. Look at this little snake job he hits here. Second bounce looks like it's going to go foul, and it takes the opposite turn. And you're sitting there with your bat in your hand.
Got to run, don't you?
Yeah. Anticipating that ball going foul, it didn't.
A lot of spin on it, granted, but you got to run. Castellanos has doubled and singled. He's had a good night at the plate. But he is the only guy who has. The only man who has a hit tonight against Wright.
A little talking to here.
Oh, yeah, I would not expect Ron Gardenhire to let that pass without saying something.
Well, he back-to-back innings. Iglesias should have ran. So he said it's snake, and he thought it was going to go foul.
Cut on and miss. A massive swing by Castellanos, who has hit 6 home runs.
He slipped the cheese by him upstairs.
Yeah. Slipping the cheese.
Yes, he is. A little 84-mile-an-hour piece.
Wright's gotten into a nice groove here.
Did it again.
Down he goes. 85 that time.
Blew him away. The knuckleballer with upstairs hair. Back to back. Castellanos goes, what are you doing? Tricked him. He's a trickster upstairs with his cheese.
Ah, that tricky cheese.
That tricky cheese, I'm telling you.
He set down 9 in a row.
He has got it going on.
He's only at 81 pitches. And here's Cabrera, who was walked and hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Boy, that stuff's hard to frame, isn't it? Yank that thing back. Got to catch it first.
A catch and a butterfly. Hammer to third. Second bounce. Devers. Plenty of time. And another fast inning for Wright.
Beautiful.
Last of the 6th inning, and the Red Sox with a 6-0 lead on the Tigers. Home runs by J.D. Martinez and Xander Bogaerts tonight. Jackie Bradley has singled and taken ball 4. He'll be followed by Benintendi and then Xander Bogaerts again. Jackie 196, 2 home runs.
Red Sox have gotten 4 runs the last 2 innings. Feels like they should have had 10.
Yeah, it really does. Haven't had the put away hit just yet. Jackie's been on base now 10 times in the last 7 games. 3 doubles, 3 walks over that time. (1-1) and you let it go for a ball. Red Sox have knocked the Tiger starter Artie Lewicki out of the ball game and are into the Tiger bullpen. Soppold with a 2-1. Just on the edge. Red Sox had 5 base runners last inning, but a double play ended it, and a cut and a miss for strike 3. So 1 man away. This summer, Dunkin's got ice cream inspired iced coffee and the flavors you love: pistachio, cookie dough, and butter pecan. Stop by and grab yours. What's your flavor? America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer. Benintendi 1 for 3 tonight with a first inning single. He got the offense going. One batter later, it was J.D. Martinez cranking a home run off the light tower for his 20th to lead the major leagues. A 2-run shot. J.D. has scored 3 times in this game. Right into the shift, and Iglesias will lob it on to get him. 2 up and 2 down. Bogaerts will be next. Really one of the prettiest swings that Xander has taken all season long in that 5th inning with that home run.
Well, the thing is, that's what Cora's been telling him to do for the longest time. Just get up there and go at it. You know, be aggressive. Swing at the first pitch.
Yeah, if it's a strike.
Right. I mean, just be aggressive, and I think that's what he wants him to do.
Yeah, if it's a pitch that he can do damage,
drive
with,
it. Yeah.
Something that Mookie Betts has done all season. It's a great fanfare. The earliest Mookie can return, by the way, from this DL stint is this coming Friday against Chicago. Bogaerts 1 for 3 with that home run.
Or you got to get him right. You just got to make sure it's, you know, especially with that injury is just, it could be a long one if you don't do it right.
Well, everybody kept waiting, you know, day after day, thinking, well, today will be the day. Well, tomorrow will be the day.
Yeah, I just had to stop that madness.
Finally putting him on the DL during the Houston series. You can only go back on the 10-day DL 3 days. Retroactive. 2 down, bases empty, and the 1-1 is outside. Drew Pomeranz on the disabled list as of today. So the Red Sox have a decision to make about Thursday, the finale of this series against Detroit, because Drew is set to pitch then against the left-hander Matthew Boyd. Pomeranz is back to Saturday.
You know, Thursday would be Sale's 6th day, right? So that would give him 1 extra day. I guess they're going to take this thing to the limit. Brandon Workman back. He's worked his way back here.
Good to see him back too. Instrumental in the Red Sox 2013 World Series. That's going to be ball 4. So Xander on for the 2nd time. A 2-out walk will send up J.D. Martinez again.
Tonight, after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, get a complete preview of Game 3 of the NBA Finals. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Ah, the joys of cotton candy. Red Sox up 6-0. JD with a home run in the 1st inning, reached on an error and scored in the 4th inning, singled and scored in the 5th inning. Mentioned this earlier that members of the Cure Alzheimer's Fund are being hosted by the Red Sox at Fenway Park tonight. For more information, we encourage you to visit curealz.org.
You don't see all that much right-handed hitters being played to pull like that. You get them all second base. Second base over.
Shattered back, ground ball up the middle. They'll get the force play by Machado to retire the side. Your program is underway. Log on to NESN.com/Lexus to find out how you can donate, become eligible for a VIP Fenway experience. Visit NESN.com/Lexus. Victor Martinez leading off in the 7th inning. And how about this? The story on Stephen Wright. He's up 6-0, tossing a 2-hitter at the moment, pitching into the 7th inning. Alex Cora said he was hoping for 5 good innings tonight out of Wright, but not only is he pitching into the 7th, there's no activity in the bullpen.
Well, that's the thing with him. You know, he gets it rolling. It doesn't take long to, to make outs. He walked a guy to start this off the 2nd inning, and then he's gotten 14 out of the last 15 guys out.
He's gotten Victor Martinez twice, pop up and a fly to left.
He gets on a roll like this, I tell you, and that's what he was on in 2016. First half of the season. That's why he was an all-star.
He was 13 games. He really did. And for a long stretch of that season, he led the American League in ERA.
And complete games. He was the only guy completing games. I mean, he's capable of doing it because, and it's not talk about stress on the arm. I mean, you don't want him out there for 130 pitches anyway, but he does it quickly.
Popped him up. Vasquez looking for room back toward the netting. Can't get to it.
Kind of scared you though, right? First inning, couple walks. Got out of it with a big play at the plate, and then the next inning walks the guy. And I was like, what are we going to get tonight?
Yeah, he walked 3 of the first 6 batters, but nobody since then. He's allowed only 1 hit since then. A single by Castellanos in the 3rd inning. That's been it. 3-2. He fouled that one away. Tried to check the swing, make contact. They get Buck Farmer going in their bullpen. Meanwhile, the Yankees have jumped out in front of Toronto 4-1 the 7th inning. They've hit a grand slam. Andujar with a granny.
Oh, that kid's having a year for them. Him and Torres.
In there for strike 3. Got him.
Martinez thought that ball was high, but it dipped real late. 3-2 knuckleball. Looked like it was out of the zone upstairs, and watch it just dip right at the last second. Boom. High strike, but I got to have it. And so does Steven. Yes.
Wright's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 90 pitches now in 6 1/3. And here's Ronnie Rodriguez batting for the first time. Had to come on for Candelario, who exited with a hand injury. X-rays were negative on him. The 0-1 just missed.
When he's got that thing dancing, it's really unhittable.
Vasquez has done a great job back there.
Yeah, he has. He hasn't boxed anything. Look at that thing. You can't be taking a big hack off of that either. He's trying to go bridge, and I mean, look at this thing. This is down and away. Look how far it goes down. Whoa.
Two and two. He's gotten him in order in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and now 1 out here in the 7th.
Trying to get a punch out with that high fastball. Back to the knuckleball.
On the infield, 1 bounce. Xander Bogaerts to handle that. 2 away.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight. Sox and 2. Sox and 2 brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get a iced cup of coffee for 99 cents, any size, any day.
It's even better in 2 hours, isn't it?
It is. Love it.
It's
the way it should be.
A little quicker, but this one's moving along at a very nice pace because of Stephen Wright. 2 down in the 7th. And if he can get McCann here, it'll be his 4th consecutive 1-2-3 inning.
Thank you.
And he popped him up. Nunez to wait on this, and they go fast again. Official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. And by the all-new Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. Bottom of the 7th coming up. A lot of handshakes and pats on the back for Stephen Wright. Man, did he deserve those.
Did he ever? 2 hit, 7 innings.
Buck Farmer now pitching for Detroit. And Mitch Moreland has gone 2 for 3 tonight. So Velasquez up. He's about to take over. But I'm trying to think of a better pitching performance than we saw from Stephen Wright by the Red Sox this year. Sale had a 15 strikeout game. David Price was exceptional the other day in Houston in a big effort there.
It just seems so easy now. That's easy to say after that first inning, and then the walk to lead off the second. But he makes it look so easy. Now he's got it going on. 9 innings out of the bullpen. He had consecutive scoreless. Add 7 to that. That's 16. He's got it rolling.
A bid to be a part of that rotation.
Yes, indeed.
Moving forward.
Can't help it. I mean, it's so dazzling. You can't help it.
2-hit shutout over 7 for him. Hit the other way off the bat of Moreland, but it hangs up for Jones, and 1 man out in the Red Sox 7th. This quality start brought to you by BioFreeze.
I'll tell you what, you got this knuckleball dance and that ball paint, little pair of shoes there. Look at that one down out of the strike zone. Another one down out of the strike zone. Another one going to the backstop. Glacius doesn't run. A piece of cheese upstairs there to Ken, whatever his name is, and another one there to Martinez looking.
BioFreeze, pain relief that works.
Castellanos, you got to hurry up with his name. That's a long one now. You can't hesitate.
Takes a while.
It does.
Nunez, a roller the other way. Machado. And 2 down. Eduardo tonight with 2 singles. He's gone 2 for 4. Time for a game break now, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. TC, thank you very much. Brock Holt has gone over 2 with a walk.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Yankee team, they get that power is hard to stop. You just hope you give up solos. Tonight, no, slam and a 3-run Johnson.
And a big lead for New York in game 1 against Toronto. That's just a 2-game series. Sox leading this one 6-0.
Toronto is just, they're getting worse by the day. You know, we saw them, came in here, that we swept them. They are fading fast.
Not quite into Baltimore territory just yet. It's been such a bad year for the Orioles. Only 17 wins.
You feel bad for the Orioles almost, don't you? I mean, really.
Well, they got a lot of good players.
I know. I feel bad for them. I mean, it's a long year. You'll never get out of that.
My guess is a lot of those good players won't be Orioles at the All-Star break.
I mean, how are you going to
just
work
after that?
You know, the thing is, the project is to try to work the best deal you can.
And by the end of July, I would say that a lot of those guys will not be wearing Oriole uniforms any longer.
They want Britton to get healthy real quick so they can get rid of him too.
Devers on deck. Red Sox up 6-0. They have out hit Detroit 9-2. And a 1-2 to Brock. That's in there for strike 3. The side is retired. official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. By KM, Together We Grill. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. A big lead for the Red Sox as we bring it to the top half of the 8th inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster alongside. Stephen Wright done after 7 outstanding innings. And gives way to Velasquez.
I'll tell you what, you got to think hard about this rotation now that he threw a gem like he did tonight. You cannot help but think that try to find a way to keep him in this rotation.
Wright went 7 when the hope was he would go 5, maybe 6 innings. No runs, 2 hits, 6 Ks. And he dazzled the Tigers. Jones 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and whiffed.
Velasquez coming into this game, and he had a chance to really be considered for a start at some point in this year. He's done an outstanding job. 5-0 out of the bullpen.
With a 2.12 ERA. Has not worked in a week, though. Got the first out in the 9th inning in Tuesday's win against Toronto. Has not appeared in a game since.
Not an easy thing to do.
And a 1-1.
Even when he gets hit, he wiggles out of it somehow. Their league is hitting close to 300. 297 off of him. More hits than innings.
It's kind of amazing when you see like lefties are hitting 320 off him.
Right. You'd think that ERA would be higher than that. I bet you his BABIP is low.
1-2 into the dirt.
If I've got that right. That means basically you get lucky, I guess. That's what it means.
Zach Reininger throwing in their bullpen. 6-0 Boston here in the 8th. Game 1 of a 3-game series. On 2 hops, Andrew Bogaerts on target. 1 away. Time now to check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Have you noticed a quicker pace of play with the new rules that were implemented? Well, we have not.
No.
And most of you agree. 63%. I think we're going to see a pitch clock next year, but on the other hand, if Stephen Wright pitches in a Red Sox rotation, that speeds everything up because he just gets it and throws it. And boy, did he throw it tonight?
Yes, he did.
Red Sox have certainly a couple of guys who really throw at a very quick pace, and Chris Sale and Rick Porcello. I was watching a replay of the 1977 Game 6 of the World Series between the Dodgers and the Yankees over the weekend, and everybody pitched like Chris Sale. Got the baseball, they delivered it.
And that's how I used to go at it. And let's
you
go.
Did.
Right.
You did.
That's why Fisk, when I was here in Boston many years ago, Fisk was behind the plate. He took forever. I mean, he just did. He was a big dude, about 6'4", and so he'd get, it's like, come on. He's a great catcher, but boy, he took days to put the sign down.
Great catcher for forever.
Yeah, it helped me because I was Johnny Anxious. You know what I mean?
You were Johnny Anxious.
Yes, let's go. Yeah. Come on.
So did his slowing you down a little bit? Did it help you?
He'll tell you it did. It did. It did.
Okay.
It did, definitely.
You wound up in a good place up there in Cooperstown.
Yeah, but he thinks he won the 20 games when I talked to him. Yeah, we won 20 games. I had you throwing the ball on this corner and that corner.
0-2 downstairs.
I kind of laugh when I see him. That's the first thing I usually say. Thanks for letting me throw, win 20 games with you. If it wasn't for you, I don't know where I'd be.
It's probably the best way to go about it with Pudge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he was
the only way to do it with Pudge. Just play on his ego.
One of my favorite all-time Red Sox.
What an athlete, too.
1-2. Skipped up there. Machado on deck. Iglesias is grounded out and struck out. Sox got 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth, 2 more in the 5th inning. and have had base runners swarming against Detroit. Three and two.
Boy, he just tries to nibble on that ball down corners, take something off. He really knows how to pitch. He really does, changing speeds.
And a payoff pitch. He rattles that one foul.
3-2 ball. He just splits it. Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Jim will preview Game 2 of the Red Sox Tigers series.
Eduardo Rodriguez against the left-hander Blaine Hardy. Chopper along third, and it's going to keep on rolling, and that is a foul ball.
Well, he got down the line on that. He smelled a hit, and he was hauling down the line. Ball just foul, too. I thought this thing was going to stay fair. Just went foul the last fraction. Watch this ball go foul. Just foul. You don't deserve a hit when you hit it that slow anyway, right? That's what I say.
The last time up, he struck out, and the ball actually got the toe of the umpire on strike three. He did not run out of the box. Here's the 3-2. Got a piece.
Boy, he's in swing mode, man. Everything out of his hand. He's swinging. Ball down.
Eduardo will go into tomorrow 6-1 with a 3.88 ERA. Look at his last effort win against Toronto. He was in command. Lined into right, it hangs up. Brock Holt there. 2 down. Machado next. Tomorrow is Benintendi Splash Bobblehead Night at Fenway. The first 10,000 fans receive a Benintendi bobblehead. It's the first in a series of these Splash bobbleheads presented by Coca-Cola. For tickets and more info, visit redsox.com/promos. He was checking his positioning card on Machado, who twice has grounded back to the mound. And he'll flare it the other way for a base hit between first and second. That is only the third hit tonight for Detroit. All night long.
Looked like a tired team tonight, but Stephen Wright can make any team tired. But after a doubleheader in Detroit yesterday against the Yankees, they're bound to be a little tired.
In game 2, they struck out Aaron Judge 5 times. He became the first player to fan 8 times in a doubleheader since 1920.
Boy, him and Stanton, they could go at it, can't they?
Oh, yeah.
What are they going to end up with? I think they're in the 70s, or at least Judge is. And what are we at, 60 games? I mean, he's on an easy 200 clip.
Obviously a ton of home runs, but a lot of strikeouts, and no apologies these days.
I was going to say, how many guys can you have in the lineup strike out 200 times? Well, they're going to find out.
Machado off the bag, and Martin the batter. He's gone 0 for 2 with a walk. Made his major league debut right here in 2011. Martin did.
Who was he with? Texas?
Yep, and his first major league hit was a single against Tim Wakefield. Two down, a man on, and the 1-1. There's Nunez with the stab, up and over, and plenty of time to get him. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation, raising funds to find a cure for Parkinson's disease and pediatric cancer. EchoStore Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Back at Fenway, Red Sox ahead 6-0. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Rafael Devers to lead it off. Zach Reininger coming out of their bullpen. 6'3", about $1.90. And a right-hander with a high ERA. 9.64 coming into tonight.
Devers doesn't care. He's hacking, man. He gets the first piece of cheese. He's going.
Rafael tonight is grounded out 4-3, hit into a double play 6-4-3, and been intentionally walked. So he's down to 224. He needs a hot stretch here. Red Sox getting plenty of offense elsewhere. Such consistent offense from J.D. Martinez. Another home run tonight. Mammoth 2-run home in the first inning off the light standard, the second light standard, going left to right atop the monster. And he has scored 3 runs. Xander Bogaerts launched a home run to the opposite field into the bullpen, into the Sox bullpen in the 5th inning. Mitch Moreland has 2 more hits. Eduardo Nunez 2 more hits. He's been very hot with the bat. It's a stretch you hope to do a lot of good things offensively without Mookie Betts.
Well,
easier said than done.
Yeah, true. I mean, you're lucky to get out of Houston with 2 wins, and now you've got Detroit and Chicago, the White Sox coming in this weekend. Will you suppose that you're going to be able to swing the bats off of them?
Down to go strike 3. So 1 away here in the 8th.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Jim will preview Eduardo Rodriguez's start tomorrow against the Tigers. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Well, Dustin Pedroia spent part of the day in New York today, flying back to rejoin the ball club, having that knee examined, on the disabled list for 10 days, and hoping that'll allow him to return, get back to form again. It certainly is the hope.
Got to be frustrating, you know, because he worked so hard to get back, and he knows it. I mean, that's not an easy thing to come back from. And then, you know, you don't know for sure if you're. Do you ever really know for sure that you're 100%? I don't think you really ever do. And
I thought when he came back, he looked it. You know.
Well, I'm sure he thought so too.
Especially when he rounded and went diving into home plate right away. You said, well, that's Dustin Pedroia. Iglesias will collect that and get Vasquez 2 down. The Jordan's Furniture Outdoor Furniture Collection takes the luxury and comfort of the indoors outside, so you can enjoy the beautiful weather from dawn until dusk. Shop dining sets, fire pits, umbrellas, and lounge sets today. So 2 away. Jackie Bradley has singled, walked, and struck out in this one. Red Sox ahead 6-0. 9 hits for Boston, just 3 for Detroit. Red Sox have scored plenty of runs tonight, but the big story was Stephen Wright. His first start of the year, 7 shutout, 2-hit innings with 6 Ks. An outstanding effort. Up the middle, base hit sharply for Jackie Bradley, his 2nd hit tonight.
That's another good sign there by Bradley. The fastball, 95 miles an hour, shoots it right back up the middle. Ball's a little out over the plate. He can handle that. But still, good velocity. Boom, right back at you. If that ball gets away from him, he seems to be able to handle it much better than that ball in.
That'll bring up Benintendi, who was 1 for 4 with a first inning single. He was on when Martinez launched his home run. So now batting .295 with 9 homers. and 41 runs batted in for Benintendi in game number 61. Big time shift on. And the 1-0. Gave him the corner. 1-1. Red Sox had 20-8 here at Fenway. I mentioned the only club with 40 wins or more this year so far, the Red Sox. They lead the majors in home winning percentage. And are 9-2 in the last 11.
This Red Sox offense is really as good as it gets. I mean, it really is. It's got so many guys swinging the bat well right now.
Benintendi right at the top of the list. Yeah.
Yeah. If you get Jackie Bradley swinging at the bottom, I mean, that's just makes this offense just ridiculous.
Well, you're never going to get everybody going at the same time. That just doesn't happen.
No.
But right now, you have to say that Benintendi, Martinez, Moreland, Nunez, Brock Holt, Jackie Bradley, to a large degree, are all going good at the same time.
There you go.
10 hits tonight. 2 of those Jackie Bradley leading at first, not running. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Red Sox lead 1. We go to the 9th, 6-0.
Sync Sox games with your desktop or mobile calendar. The official downloadable schedule from the home.
Visit BIDMC.org. 9th inning, Red Sox head 6-0. Brandon Workman to make his 2018 debut. His numbers with the Paw Sox, 2-1 with 4.18 ERA. He's now 29 years old. Did not make the club out of spring training, but with the injury to Pomeranz, he has been promoted. Rounded foul quickly by Castellanos. Strike 1 here in the 9th.
Yeah, it's good for Workman to be back here. You're not an easy thing to do, to go back to AAA once more and prove yourself, and he's getting guys out again. I don't know how long he'll be here, but it's still a nice thing.
Castellanos has doubled and singled. He has 2 of the Tigers' 3 hits in the game. High chop to third. Devers crossed the diamond. 1 away. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Stephen Wright big part of the story tonight. His first start of the year, and he was fantastic. JD Martinez with another home run. He leads the majors with 20. And Xander Bogaerts with a laser beam out of here into the bullpen. Miguel Cabrera hitless tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. 92 at the corner for strike. Brandon, of course, missed the entire season in 2015 because of Tommy John. He was a big help to the Red Sox in the 13 championship run. He was outstanding in the playoffs.
He really was. That's a long time ago.
Feels like it, huh?
Huh? 5 years ago now.
That World Series, he had 3 outstanding appearances. He had 3 scoreless appearances against the Tigers in the ALCS.
Look at that. That's a biting breaking ball right there. A little knuckle curve for you. I don't remember seeing that knuckle curve. Do you? That was a biter.
That was nasty. 1-2. Popped him up. Here's Moreland into foul territory. And down goes Cabrera. 2 fast outs in the night. A lot of quick innings this evening. The way the Red Sox have pitched. CVS Health investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. So 2 up, 2 down. Victor Martinez is 0 for 3. Very quiet night for Victor. 9th inning, 1 more out to get, and that's ball 1. With the last 5 2/3 innings against the Red Sox pitching staff, the Tigers have 1 base runner.
A little flare to right by Machado.
That was it. And that's in there for a strike at 93. Pitching has been superb in front of 34,762. And a 1-1. Ground ball, charging it. Devers has it, and that will do it. 1, 2, 3 they go. That was a familiar refrain tonight as the Red Sox shut out the Detroit Tigers. TC 6-0. That's a great way to start a homestand.